Hello, I'm even tinier now. Hopefully, this should be the last time I change sizes. I think this is fine. I think the last one was still probably a little big, although it was smaller. This is still probably a little big, if you ask me. So, let's present this bad boy. Take that! This document contains a detailed report regarding the interrogation of a certain man. A certain man? Could you stop playing the pronoun game and actually just tell us who it is, Miles? That man being the late Horace Knightley. And the one who interrogated him was the defendant in the trial, Patricia Rowland. So that means there was an interrogation where... That's right. Patricia Rowland murdered Knightley in the aftermath of the interrogation. And in that very interrogation has been recorded in this written report.
That definitely sounds like vital evidence.
Why are you...
Mas Edgeworth, just now you referred to that report as a written document. Now, just who in the world was the report written for?
A lot of W's in that sentence. I thought you might ask that, Francesco. And that's precisely what is most important about this report. Jesus, he likes to beat around the bush, doesn't he? We found the document inside the safe of the storeroom of the 54th floor of the Grand Tower.
The 51st floor? The storeroom for the black market auction.
Indeed, and the conductor of the auction was you, Blaze to Best. Should you be allowed to have that later? I mean, really is kind of a weapon and dangerous. Also, what happened to his... Was he wearing a wig now? I don't know. I received a report about the victim from Warden Rowland. In the face of this evidence, can you still say you have no connection to this case? In regards to that, I refuse to answer. Boy, you know, this might be the first time anyone's taking the fifth. What? It has yet to be proven in court that I was the conductor of the black market auction. Oh, have you already forgotten the events of this morning? I believe I have already proved it back then, did I not?
Why'd you put it away?
I will not deny that I was bested by you. However, that was at the crime scene. Who knows if the results will be the same in court? An acquittal is still possible, you see. Until it's been proven in court that I am the conductor of the black market auctions. You can't prove that document was addressed to me. I suppose that's actually not a bad defense. Although I certainly think at this point we have grounds enough to delay this trial. There's clearly outside interference. Like, your son is kidnapped. And you're being blackmailed. This is clearly a mistrial. Even if it's not guilty. Mistrial. Yeah, easy. Not guilty. Bam. My son was kidnapped and I was forced to hand down that verdict. Now it's a mistrial and we need a new judge. Just say that once you have your son back. Your logic is twisted, but accurate. That's not very nice, you know. My logic isn't twisted, is it, Courtney? Don't you feel the same way? Well, this is one of those strictly speaking he's right. It was quite unlike you to allow former prosecutor Edgeworth. I love how that's all capitalized, like that's our official title now. Hello, pleased to meet you, I am former prosecutor Edgeworth. Well, former prosecutor Edgeworth's statement just now, you know. It saddens me, you see, that you would fail to uphold the law as a judge should. In fact, I'm so upset by this I may have no other choice but to use my last resort, you know. Oh, figs, that was a business receipt. I was sort of saving that for tax. You know what? It doesn't matter.
It is as you say. Something that has not been proven in court does not merit any deliberation. I will have to overrule Mr. Edgeworth's claim.
As I thought, until John has been rescued. You see, the truth at the scene and the truth in the courtroom are two very different things. So you're saying the truth can be distorted in court as long as it's for your sake? What a horrible thing to say. I'm not distorting the truth or anything like that, you know. If a not guilty verdict is handed down, then that will become the truth. That's all it is, you see. There are exceptions. The aforementioned mistrial leaps to mind, and, again, in the eyes of the law, that is the truth, but there is still an actual universal truth on whether or not a person did it. OJ's a perfect example. He got a not guilty verdict, but he clearly did it. He is absolutely 100% guilty. The fact that he got not guilty in court doesn't change the fact that he did it. Ooh, controversial OJ statement. It's like 20 years. God, it's probably pushing 30. No, it's not 30 years. It's more like 20 years at this point. It's useless. There's nothing we can do unless the missing evidence turns up. There used to be people in these courtrooms, like in the stand, whatever. Now then, Courtney, why don't you deliver a not guilty verdict and let's get this over with? Patricia's not even here! Shouldn't she be on the... Whatever. After all, that evidence isn't gonna show up anytime soon, you know? I mean, I heard who it was.
Who raised an objection just now?
Woohoo! Pops. Sebastian. Why did you come back here now of all times?
Sebastian, what is the meaning of this? Just where were you, and what have you been doing since you abandoned your own trial?
I'm sorry, I was,
Such an act is unbecoming of a prosecutor. You should be ashamed.
Well... Maybe take it a bit easy on the kid.
Alright, so that's what's happening. See,
In this shot of Sebastian... Yeah, you should be able to see it despite my webcam.
it always kind of looked to me like his nose was running a little bit, along with the tears.
And I don't know, that always kind of looked weird to me. But I think it's just tears going, like, past his nose. I don't think his nose is actually running. What do you think? You still don't get it, you know? This court is no place for a sniveling child such as yourself. Pops, A single manly anime tear. Ooh, I think that's a new... I've come to present new evidence, Your Honor. So please, let me take my place at the prosecutor's bench. Sebastian, I didn't think you would come back. Objection. What's all this now, Sebastian? You don't seem at all like your normal self. Pops. Come now, what's the matter? You want Daddy to play with you? Is that it? Well then, why don't we just head on back home? I mean, it's not his trial. We know that, right? This is Patricia Rowland's trial. We seem to be treating it like this is Blaze's trial. He's just been called as a witness in this trial. Return to the witness stand. What's wrong? You're shaking like a leaf. Your Honor, the prosecutor officially in charge in this case has just arrived with new evidence. The trial is still in session. In light of this, shouldn't we continue with the proceeding? I think that can't be the first time he had a sound effect for the clapping. Naturally, the defense has no objections, Your Honor. I'm sure the defense attorney originally in charge would say the same. Oh, right. It was what's her name? The woman from the last case.
The prosecution has no objections either, Your Honor.
Continue with the proceedings. That won't be necessary. Isn't that right, Courtney? You're not on trial, you dumbass. Blaze still believes that he was the one who kidnapped John. And as long as John still hasn't been found, Judge Courtney will remain bound by...
Tell her. Wait. Why did he kidnap John?
So I get why Blaze tried to kidnap John, but he failed miserably. He doesn't have John, so it's a moot point. Why'd this other guy kidnap John? Because he said he didn't care about Patricia. Well, if they did say it and I've forgotten, that's going to be incredibly embarrassing. But it's just occurring to me, we don't really have a motive for this other kidnapper, do we? Nothing else will change that. Telling her might help. This is a weird animation for her.
That sound is...
a cell phone. My phone as well. Uncle Ray's phone is also. These are the only three that have phones? Mr. Edgeworth!
Mr. Shields!
Ah, I see. Huh. I like this picture. This is a nice picture. I shouldn't be covering up anything important, but it's a nice picture. And it keeps reminding me, every time Gumshoe takes that trench coat off, he's actually pretty jacked. You know, you can see he's clearly got muscle in there. But, yeah, the only other time I think that we see him without a coat is in the second game, when Francisca used it to wrap up evidence for the final case. Fucking John and his cow-themed phone. A little too into the cows.
We rescued John!
Excellent work, Detective! That kid was the most important piece of evidence, right? Way to go, Kay.
I just wanted to spread the word quickly, so I had everyone call.
Hopefully John called his mom. Moozilla. Judge Courtney, it's for you. It's her phone, so...
Yes, I see. I'm so glad you're safe. Make sure you properly thank everyone, okay? Be careful, and come home safe.
So, like... has to be adopted, right? Because we went over this. Otherwise, she had a kid when she was really young.
Let us resume the proceedings. Now that I may once again swing my gavel to my heart's content.
Ah, figs. I know that's not what it said, but I like that better.
Witness, this is no joke. Please return to the stand. Prosecutor DeBest as well. Promptly return to your seat at the prosecutor's bench.
This music is suddenly very intimidating, and I am glad I am not the one on the receiving end of the punishment here. Yes, Your Honor. It's a bit crowded back there.
Sebastian DeBest.
Yes, Miss Von Karma.
I leave the rest to you.
Huh?
Going up against your own father, it won't be easy. I shall observe how things pan out. From the gallery. Be the only one rooting for you. When you succeed, you will hear a mild golf clap and nothing more. Now then, allow me to ask once more. Is the prosecution ready? Prosecutor DeBest, what is the new evidence you wish to present?
So, like, they just ran in, Gumshoe and Kay, and got John. There was no... Because there obviously was a kidnapper. Who called us? Where'd they go? The missing knife and chisel, Your Honor. You mean they've finally been found? Well, my case is certainly fucked, isn't it? Oh, dearie me. The defense certainly can't do anything against this. That's how it should go.
Prosecutor DeBest, is this true?
The knife and the chisel. I wasn't... Oh. Kid, you really phrased that poorly, kid. Really thought you had them. I searched and searched, I really did, but it was already too late. Throw them in an incinerator or something. That's the usual go-to for this sort of thing. Too late? What do you mean? I remembered. This morning when I passed by Pops in the garage at home. He was holding something wrapped in newspaper. Pops, where are you going? Ah, Sebastian. Just taking out some trash. Like... Was that this morning? I guess he wasn't a murderer yet in the eyes of the law this morning. The timeline's weird. At that moment I heard it, the faint sound of a bell. Could that sound have been, by any chance, the man attached to Jogan's chisel?
In other words, You're saying that the witness threw away the evidence.
So it's at the dump. Really, probably should have gone with the incinerator there, Chief. I searched for it, but I didn't make it in time. Ow, I'm sorry.
Where exactly did you search for it?
The garbage dump. Aww, poor kid. The tears in his eyes. Jeez, man, at least he was wearing gloves. Ugh. I feel less angry with Sebastian. Like, he's a dumbass, but he doesn't deserve this, you know? Anything of interest in the garbage? Like, say, oh, I don't know, a certain cat that might take over the body of a detective? No? Okay. There's a reference. And not an unreasonable one, since it's made by the same, well, I don't know if he worked on this game, but the same guy who worked on the original Phoenix Wright games worked on that game. If you don't know what I'm referencing, look it up. I actually even played it on my channel. Go check it out. I went to the garbage dump and searched everywhere. I thought the evidence Pops threw away had to be there. Bit hard. It's sort of a needle haystack situation, isn't it? Isn't that Sebastian? Ah, what are you doing here? Whoa!
He ignored us and shouted "whoa" for some reason.
So at the time, he had gone to the garbage dump. But, this is all I could find. It's an Egg McMuffin. I was really hungry.
It smells rather peculiar.
Peculiar's a fun word.
Now that you mention it, there's kind of a funky smell coming from you as well.
Well, yeah, he was at the... What do you expect? I was digging through garbage.
And what of the knife?
I think it's buried somewhere in that giant mountain of trash. But I couldn't find it by myself.
I understand. I shall... What is that? Is it the newspaper he wrapped them up in? Is that really? Or is it like, can we open this up? Maybe there's... whatever.
Well done, Sebastian. You never betray my expectations, you know. You search so desperately through the garbage and that's all you could have to show for it. Oh, what a tearjerker. I'm tearing up already.
Objection.
It's a bit too early for tears, don't you think? We haven't examined the evidence properly yet.
I think it's just a pointless waste of time, you know.
It's also not your trial to best. Can't emphasize that enough. I'm counting on you, Sebastian Moyles. Show him the truth that can be exposed in court and take him down.
This is still Patricia Rowland's trial.
Mr. Shields is backing us up. Now all we need is a breakthrough. Prosecutor to best. Let's take a closer look at that evidence.
Right. Yeah, alright. Let's see here. It's... ah, wait. There's a... that looks like a thing. Nope.
Let's have a look inside. It'd be great if we could find some kind of proof. This is a dog toad.
Oh, fuck. That's... good job, kid. Jeez. Like, that had to have been difficult to find. Chisel and the knife are out, but... yeah.
This is the bell that was attached to Dogan's chisel. Are there any traces left behind on it?
Ah, it's no good. There's not even a single smudge on it. Well, it's identical to the other one, although I don't know where that one is. There was one on the chisel. I can't remember where the other bell is. Fuck! Ow.
What did you find, Prosecutor de Best?
Did you even find anything? Darn it. Of course you'd find nothing. Something like that can't be called evidence, you know. All it is trash. It may be sad, but that's the truth, you see.
Well, Sebastian's evidence all for naught. Indeed, this bell does not seem to be valid evidence.
Not by itself, I suppose.
However...
Mr. Edgeworth, are you really giving up?
Did you not just hear me say, however?
Smacks him.
Sorry, I've been wanting to do that since I met you. I know it's probably not a good time, but it felt good.
Come on, as always, Edgeworth. Calm as always, Edgeworth. Quite unlike Sebastian here.
Well then, is the prosecution finished with its argument?
You know she's guilty. Although I guess the hard evidence thing is still kind of important, isn't it? Justine, we're not through yet. There's still something we haven't examined. What could it be?